Alright everybody, welcome back. We're playing some Deathslinger. I haven't really had a lot of fun playing Deathslinger lately. It's been quite difficult, especially like, the higher MMR you get, the harder the survivors are going to be. So, the issues with Deathslinger that I personally have are just like his real speed can be quite slow. He's kind of walks really slow. A lot of everything that he does is very slow. And that's sort of the thing that I dislike about him. So right off the rip, we're going to go notice that we got some scratch marks in the back of the map here. We're just trying to figure out which direction that they went. It seems like they're continuing to go to that side. Yeah, so the build right here we're running is Save the Best for Last, Deadlock, Corrupt Intervention, and Blood Favor. Which unfortunately, Blood Favor, I tried using a couple times. It just, for some reason, just doesn't do it for me. I don't know what it is. Like, and it's like I played maybe 2 to 3 matches when this gameplay was recorded, and I didn't get any value from it. I don't entirely know why, but Blood Favor would be quite good with Deathslinger because pallets are definitely some of his biggest obstacles when trying to get a knockdown. As you can see, I'm kind of aiming, kind of seeing how these people play. You have to be patient with Deathslinger, and Deathslinger can be very frustrating. Like guaranteed, especially when you kind of see shots going right into people. They're not really counting. You can pre-aim them and they just won't run past and stuff like that. Like there was a perfect shot. Deathslinger does require you to have a lot of game knowledge. The other thing is I don't have Jolt. For some reason, the game has not given me Jolt on Deathslinger lately. I don't know why, but we'll probably continue to level them up until we get it. Well, we got our first hook here. We went for the reload add-on, and I forgot what that little napkin piece of paper looking thing is. But I believe it has something to do with maybe shot cooldown or something. I was like trying to experiment with different add-ons. But we are on one of my least favorite maps, especially with this main building. So, because I'm playing as Deathslinger, you may notice I'm not really going too far away to go find anybody. I really don't have any incentive to kind of go away from defending the objective here, especially because our totem is on this side of the map as well. So we notice that they're going to go for the unhook. I wanted to aim toward the person who did get unhooked, so we can try to wait out the endurance and try to get the free knockdown after that. Because Deathslinger can be really good if you do get that first hook, and that's also a bit of his weak. What the fuck? I don't know how that missed. His bit of his weaknesses are that he can get that first hit very quickly, but then getting that follow-up is one of his biggest issues. And I'm already losing about 2 generators off the rip, and I just got a single hook. So, as you can tell, like I'm gonna go against gen rushing survivors just constantly. But if you're going against survivors who are like Cheryl here, where they don't want to look behind themselves, you can really take advantage of that and just really set up your shot, because they're not paying any attention to what you're actually doing, which is something that I have to be more mindful of. The other thing that people may do when you play Deathslinger is hold W, and that's going to be kind of difficult to counter, because Deathslinger does not move that fast, and play with your food is not going to give you any value. I certainly tried, actually, when I first started playing Deathslinger, I did try running that perk, and it had some value, not great, but some. But you kind of tend to lose your stacks very quickly because of the mere fact that you miss your shot, you lose your stack, you swing, you lose your shot, you lose your stack, etc. As you can see here, I'm down to 2 gens and only 2 hooks. We need to get Cheryl out of the game as soon as goddamn possible. So we're going to stay pretty close. We noticed some scratch marks. We just want to check on our generators, just kind of see what's going on around here. Now, a match like this, Jolt would have definitely came in handy or something like that. We notice that they're on here, so we go ahead and kick that. Try to aim in. Now, Deathslinger doesn't have a lot of range either, which is kind of annoying. So sometimes they'll try to go for the shot, but the chain will tend to break. Yeah, but she's finally looking behind her. When they stop looking behind themselves, usually that's when you can kind of take advantage of that. I don't mind taking the endurance hit there, because that's a free stack. If you got people body blocking, you just ignore them. Just aim at the other person. And yeah, I kind of pushed her to the side there so I can get the free hit, and then got an extra free stack and another stack right after that, just to make sure that we get Cheryl out of the game. It's very important to try to get that person out of the game as soon as possible, especially as somebody as slow as Deathslinger. You already have only one shot to work with, so your aim needs to be on point, your predictions need to be on point. And as you can see, I lost 4 generators and only got 1 kill. This is just a normal Deathslinger match at this point. I mean, you're just gonna get gen rushed. With the current killer changes and stuff like that, with the every gen regression perk being bodied, it kind of affected a lot of the range killers, especially like Deathslinger, especially like you know, Trickster, and stuff like that. I played a little bit of Trickster here and there, and it was quite difficult. Not recently. I kind of messed up there because I forgot I had Blood Favor. I think I did. But he's making a lot of mistakes. He's kind of scared of the gun, which is kind of something you can take advantage of. And we just knock him down. He is the Obsession, which is unfortunate. But because I need as much pressure as I can possibly get, we're going to take advantage. And of course, even with the healing nerfs, they're instantly healing. So this is just higher MMR for you. Which is kind of strange because I don't really play much Deathslinger, so I was kind of confused as to why I was getting survivors like these. And I guess I was playing too well or something. But, yeah, like, there's not really much to discuss in this gameplay. It is pretty straightforward. Like, you just need to hold on to your 3-gen as best you can. And the survivors are going to complain and claim you're quote-unquote camping or something. But if you're using Deathslinger, you're more than likely not able to, be across the map in a couple seconds. Like, you just kind of have to stay close to who you hook to try to force other survivors to get close to you. Play more defensively. And of course, you're going to go against rat survivors that like to hide behind gens and wait all day. That's also a given. But we take advantage of this. Save the best for last definitely got me a lot of value. It is definitely a very strong perk with Deathslinger, especially because he's so slow. That just getting rid of that really slow wipe animation helps you just make a little extra distance. And obviously, because we have the gen with the most progress right next to us, they just keep reading this gen. All we have to do is stay near the gen and the hook. And because we have this high ground, we can see where they're coming from. But if you're a killer main watching this, don't listen to survivors. Don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about. They want you to lose. They want you to not know how to play because it makes them, feel like they're actually, somewhat good at the game. But 9 times out of 10, they are not. Because if they need you to be bad at the game, they need you to play a certain way in order to win, in order for them to have even a remotely of a chance, then they're probably not good. Now there, I could have sworn I waited long enough for that, the endurance to wear off. Maybe they had off the record or something. But that survivor was pretty smart. They kept swaying side to side to break the chain faster. But we still got the knockdown anyway. Really didn't make a single difference. They still die all the same. So at least with Deathslinger here, I was able to pull back the match and, from basically a loss all the way to at least 2 kills with 1 injured and 1 having to still do the generator. We go ahead and check the main building again, and of course they're going to go right back to it because it has the most progress. And this is kind of how you play Deathslinger for the most part. I'm not an expert at Deathslinger, and I've been kind of thinking I should put him down, mainly because of his weaknesses are very glaring. But if you do enjoy Deathslinger and you do like Deathslinger, obviously keep playing him because the more you play them, you're just going to get better and better. And you're going to come up with stronger builds and just overall become better at that killer, which may help you work around his weaknesses because of that extra experience. But because I don't have experience with this killer enough, like as much as like a Deathslinger main, it's not that bad. But I don't need to really commentate too much on this match because you kind of can see what I'm going for here. We're trying to stay by the gen with the most progress. We stayed there long enough for it to regress. We know that the other gens don't have any progress, and we're just trying to stay close to them. I think I fired there, and it didn't really let me shoot there. I think I got a little too greedy with that shot there. But this is also the time where I was like, you know, this blood favor really isn't giving me much value. I think I moved to the side on that shot, though. But yeah, if you want to go yeehaw and play Deathslinger, you know, do whatever you want, man. This is your game. You play it however you want. This was unfortunate. I really wanted to get the hit there, but you can't hit over pallets, so I don't know if that what the heck that was, though. But you can hit over windows. Mind you, this is not my best match, but I definitely want to add this to the series of educational commentary so that we can all look at it and see what mistakes that I made and and how I can improve. Overall, I wasn't entirely sure how to. Oh my! That grab was crucial. That grab was so crucial because he blew up the gen and tried to greet it right when I went up to hit him. And it actually got me to grab, so it saved me the stacks, and that really turned the game completely around. Because he was already on his second hook. The gen over here I was going to kick. It had the most progress, and they're not going to try to do a new gen. And all I had to do was basically wait, because this one was still injured. It was a great moment. It really just sealed their fates at that point. The nail in the coffin for this match was that grab right there. And he basically gives up, so nice. The other one stays pretty close. I guess they were trying to go for the save, at least trying to. And we can go ahead and get the knockdown here pretty much. This was pretty goofy. They just kept swerving around even though I wasn't even aiming. So if they do that, you know, you just take advantage, honestly. So that will do it for this gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something from my gameplay here. Yeah, I mean, we're going to add this to our little list of educational commentaries and see how we go about it.